Yo, what's up, guys? What is going on? Welcome back. Hope y'all are doing well. France versus Poland 1-1. Damn. Yeah, the Poles played well. They played really, really well. Who would have thought last place saw Poland to cause this much trouble for France? France is not looking good. I gotta say, like, France doesn't look too good. This is already the third game, and things don't look good. Now, I know every game is different. I mean, we saw Austria versus Netherlands. You know, Austria scoring 3 goals, Netherlands scoring 2 goals. They certainly didn't do that against France. So every game is different. And France, when they get to play against, whoever it is that they're going to be playing, it's going to be a different game. They might just wake up in that game. But it's already been 3 games and things are not looking good for the French. But again, who knows? Anything could happen. As for the Poles, like I said, I thought they played well. They gave it their all. They really, really gave it their all. I would say the only complaint that I have, or maybe a couple complaints, but the first one is that they had so much space in the middle. They had so much space. As good as everyone says that Conte is, he wasn't covering that middle every single time because there was so many gaps, so much space, and so much time for the Poles to play. And what was irritating is that they couldn't see it. The Poles could not see it. Sometimes they'd get the ball and just turn around, dude, for fear that somebody might come in and take the ball away. They would just play it back. They just like one touch and play it back. But they had so much. The times that they were able to get through in transition was because there was nobody. Tchouaméni didn't play a horrible game, but they left a lot of gaps. Conte, again, amazing player, but I mean, there's only so much he can do. And he was doing pretty good. He was doing pretty good in terms of retrieving the ball, recovering the ball, going in transition, making those runs, and accompanying the attackers, and laying it off to Dembele, to Mbappe. The only thing with Conte, I would say, is like sometimes, I think it was like 2-3 times maybe, that when he would get the ball back, let's say on a rebound, it seemed like he had 3-4 choices in his mind and he couldn't make up his mind, like whether he should pass, whether he should shoot, should he center the ball, should he play it back. So not the best of games. Obviously, the man of the match, the keeper for Poland. That he deserves all the praise. Skorupski. He had a really, really an amazing game. Really, really good game. Could have been more. Definitely could have been more. They had so many gaps. And then the opportunities that they had. Zalewski with a center to a little bit too hard to Lewandowski. That, again, by himself. And there was no pressure at the beginning. That first half, there was hardly any pressure from France. France did a horrible job in the back and in the middle of pressing. In the front, they more or less did so. It wasn't a big deal. But in the back, with Upamecano and Saliba, that center, like I was saying, from Zalewski, nobody was covering him. Had that gone to Lewandowski, he was by himself, no covering, no pressure at all, and he would have scored. Luckily, it went over him. The one that he did eventually get a header to, also inside the box, nobody was covering him. He had plenty of space. I don't know what they were playing at. I don't know what France was playing at. But putting that aside, which is a big thing to put aside, I thought a lot of the French players had a really good game. Like Theo Hernandez had an opportunity to score a really good strike. Dembele as well had, he got the penalty, obviously. Kiwior, damn, man. But I can't blame him because that speed, that little burst of speed that he just gets you towards the end. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that, but should be doing better. A player like Kiwior should be doing better. That has more experience. And Mbappe as well. I thought he did really good. It's just sometimes with that strike of his, just taking his time and his arm, put your arm down. Like you're giving away the surprise where you're going to shoot it at. I think that works best in penalties, because it looks like, okay, I'm going to be obvious about this. I'm going to stick it right there. I'm going to put it right there. And yet, I'm going to surprise you. I'm going to switch it over. But when it comes to live action, when you're playing the game, it's just so damn predictable. Stop doing that with his little arm. He does it in slow motion. Deschamps, somebody needs to give this guy a call and tell him, like, stop doing that. It's destroying your game, because if you don't do that, if you don't do this whole swinging of your arm thing, obviously you're going to swing your arm, but to the extent that he makes it so obvious, it's going to go in. If you don't do that, it's going to go in. But towards the end of the first half, with a little exchange with Barcola, really, really well, little 1-2, it was kind of like a self pass. And ended up just going out wide, ended up poking it and going out wide. And then the other one with a really good heel flick from Barcola as well. And again, the the arm thing, just making it really obvious. And the really good, of course, save again from the Polish keeper. I mean, that guy was everywhere. He was everywhere. Sensational. Rabiot is the only one that was, he pretty much didn't have a game. He had a bad day. Simple as that. I think he had a bad day. He wasn't on today. He definitely wasn't on today, Rabiot. Might have to switch him for Camavinga. Camavinga did eventually come in, obviously, but I think that the next game, I think maybe Camavinga should start. And the penalty, of course, I talked about the penalty already given to France from Kiwior on Dembele. And Upamecano from the back. Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? You're not supposed to do that. What are you gonna do? I assume he thought he was gonna get to the ball before the Polish guy. And the penalty. I've seen this. I've seen him take penalties like that before. Someone also needs to tell Lewandowski to stop taking penalties like that. I don't get how the goalie can't go over his line when you're taking that many stutter steps. I don't think that makes any sense. There's no logic in that. There's no good reason for that. Of course, you're going to eventually move at some point. And, you know, I don't mind the stutter steps. I don't mind, like, the stopping, the pausing. I don't mind that at all. And I know it's, like, a thing that strikers do now, especially since I think players like Cristiano Ronaldo, Neymar have made it a little bit more acceptable and popular. Because I remember at the beginning when they used to do that, the rule supposedly was you can't make a complete stop. And then somehow they just kind of like threw that away and like they let them pause. As you can see with Lewandowski just stopping 1, 2, 3, 4, and it just looks hella unaesthetic. It looks so bad. It looks like he's discombobulating, he's malfunctioning or something. It's bad. It's really, really bad. And luckily he got the goal. But Poland could have won this game, as could have France as well. Let's be honest. France had way too many opportunities. And if they don't sort that out, I don't know what's going to happen with France in the future. I do not know what's going to happen with France in the future because there are a lot of opportunities there that they missed. Dembele, you know, shot. Theo Hernandez. That Dembele opportunity with Conte feeding him, that should have been a goal. Really good stop again by the keeper, but that needed to be a goal. Mbappe can't complain. He had a number of chances. Another thing I like to point out from Mbappe is like he's looking way too much for the foul. That is obviously not a foul. There is nothing going on there. And he's trying to make a meal out of it. He's trying to look for something that's not really there. But yeah, really entertaining match. I really enjoyed this match. I think the other one that was going on, Netherlands versus Austria, was also a really good match. So I might have to catch some of those highlights there. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.